Welcome to the Small Business Report with your co-host, Carl Brown, the Executive Director of the DC Small Business Development Center, and Sharon Morton. They're bringing you all the tools you need to succeed. Stay tuned for expert advice for business owners, subject matter experts, and government agencies on how to start, grow, and finance your business right here at HUR Voices on Sirius XM, Channel 141. The Small Business Report will be right back with a show you don't want to miss after these messages.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, are you a small or mid-sized business? Let BDPAtoday.com help you leverage emerging technologies and digital innovations to transform your business.
BDPAtoday.com will highlight your organization's innovations, solutions, and success stories. Let BDPAtoday.com publish your branded videos, blogs, and photos to a national tech industry audience and assist with your awareness building campaign. With BDPAtoday.com, you can network with qualified and certified tech professionals and get access to developers, gamers, hackers, and interns to join your team for short or long-term projects.
Visit BDPAtoday.com for true digital transformation that will drive competitive advantage to your organization.
That's BDPAtoday.com.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts, Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
Welcome to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141. This is your host, Carl Brown, and I got with me my sidekick, Sharon Morton.
Always here, always standing for MortonMediaTV.com. If you're looking to promote your business on our show, you can give us a call or hit me up on MortonMediaTV.com.
Well, look, folks, we are in for a treat today. Our guest, our only guest, is Mr. Roderick Johnson from the SBA, and he's going to be talking about money.
Money.
So it's going to take up the whole hour. But what I want you to do when we go to break in a little bit is get your pens and pads out so you can take some notes. He'll give his contact info as well, but get your pen and pad out so we can learn together about this PPP 2.0.
Yeah.
Before that, I'm going to talk about the DC Small Business Development Center. We have
all
been
the great work
so
you're doing.
Busy. Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, off the chain this year.
Mm-hmm.
772 new clients.
Wow, that's new business owners, right? New or old business owner?
New or existing business owners. In all of 2019, we did 600. We are almost 200 over what we did last year.
Yeah.
During the pandemic. So this tells you that people are really serious about making that change.
Yeah.
We have done over 3,700 hours of counseling.
Wow. You have a fantastic staff, by the way, Carl. I mean, they really help small business owners, either get into business or graduate their business or, they're there.
To the next level.
And they're there. And you guys are doing this at no cost.
Free.
Yeah.
No cost confidential counseling, no cost workshops, loan package review. We did almost $11 million since May.
Wow. Well, Carl,
$11 million since May.
We only have 30 seconds, so you got to tell everybody how they can get in touch with you all.
DCSBDC.org, DCSBDC.org. Check us out.
And if they're not in DC, you guys can
Americas with an S, SBDC.org. Americas with an S, SBDC.org.
Yeah. So if they're anywhere in any state, any of the 50 states,
any state, Guam, Puerto Rico, American Samoa, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, you can get help for free.
Okay. Well, we'll be right back after these messages here on the Small Business Report on Sirius XM Radio, Channel 141, HUR Voices.
Are you in trouble with the IRS? Whether your federal or state taxes are under audit or need to dispute your case in tax court, Don't go up against the IRS alone. Let the tax experts at the law office of Beverly Winstead fight for you. With more than 15 years of tax law experience, the law office of Beverly Winstead has successfully negotiated settlements, reduced payments, and won disputes against the IRS for its clients. Go to www.irshelpattorneys.com for tax resolution for you or your business, or call 301-306-1234. The law office of Beverly Winstead, you're not alone. Call 301-306-1234.
Are you a business owner and your business needs a boost? Are you ready to build or grow a profitable business that delivers new clients and customers to you every month? Have your business highlighted on a national radio show or TV network. Let MortonMediaTV.com help you get the maximum exposure your business deserves so that you can get the customers you need. MortonMediaTV.com will help you start or grow your business rapidly through the power of TV and radio. You can reach hundreds of thousands of viewers and listeners who want to buy your product or service. At MortonMediaTV.com, our mission is to teach business owners how to use the media to their benefit. You can become a thriving entrepreneur and achieve the financial freedom you've always dreamed about. Go to MortonMediaTV.com and get your business on TV or radio for the maximum exposure you deserve and the customers you need. That's MortonMediaTV.com.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, it's your host Carl Brown and Sharon Morton. Are you a growing small or mid-sized government contractor ready to reduce your back office costs? Do you want to maximize your compliance and minimize risk managing contracts? Move your business to the next level of success with At-Work Systems.
At-Work's OneLink solution provides electronic self-services to every employee, greatly reducing frustrating paperwork. Your managers get out-of-the-box processes that increases productivity, improves control, and eliminates surprises. And most importantly, your executives get the real-time data and analysis needed to make better decisions.
Take it from us here on the Small Business Report on SiriusXM. Let At-Work Systems streamline your back office and save you money while doing it.
Visit exploreatwork.com now and receive your free demo and business assessment. That's exploreatwork.com.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
Welcome back to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141. Hey, a lot of people have been asking me recently about what can I do to improve my business. Now, these are not clients because they will be working with my staff, but they see me in the street. We're all masked up because the COVID is out here, and my thing is always wear your mask.
Right.
Be socially distant, and if you see the parking lot full, keep on going.
Keep on going.
Don't even bother going in there.
Right. Right, Carl.
Make it next time, and if
Stay
you can
safe.
get there as soon as the store open or just before it close, that's when they are really empty.
Yeah.
So that's the best traffic time if you want to stay alive. But
they still know who you are. They
know who I am, and
Right.
a lot of these people send me emails, or they have a friend call me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know you know Carl. Can you ask him a couple things? I mean, it's a regular thing here.
Yeah, and that's okay, and you're good.
No,
because you don't mind helping folks.
No, I don't mind helping. It's a great thing. I mean, because when you can impart and help people improve their lives and those around them, you're doing a great thing.
That's right.
So, but I just jotted down a few things that just came to mind on things that you could do to improve your business, especially during this pandemic that we're all living in.
That has challenged so many small business owners, and so many have gone out of business, unfortunately.
Out of business.
Yeah.
And it's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are just hanging on by a thread. And whatever we can do to help them come out of this, because you got to understand something. these small businesses represent families in your community.
That's right. That's
All
right.
right.
And they employ a lot of people in the community as
In the
well.
community.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of people walk to work because
Yes.
they don't have public, a car or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of people in my community walk to work. They walk over to the strip mall and go in there and work for 8, 10 hours or whatever, and then they go home. I mean, it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
But if these stores close, guess what? They have no employment.
That's right.
And that's why the other day they had a 5.5 mile long line of cars waiting to get into the church parking lot to get some food.
And isn't that unfortunate in the richest country in the world that you have mile-long cars,
5 mile
lines, yes,
5 mile
waiting
long.
for food. And a lot of the people that have been in these lines are business owners or people that work for small businesses.
That work for small businesses.
Yeah.
I mean, it's every walk of life, and believe me, and that's why my staff and I, we work 12 hours a day,
Yeah.
6-7 days a week, because we are the frontline workers.
Yeah, you really
We
are
are
for small
interacting with
businesses.
everybody.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So that's why I said, well, look, a couple of things came to mind. So one of them is to make sure you update your social media and your website. Because, last thing you want to do is, especially if you're a small business in the community, is have a stagnant, old information website. You have to spend that time to constantly update your website. And one thing that I found out that people want to know
Right.
is what times you are open and
Oh,
what
okay.
days you are open. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they want to know. What are
Right.
your hours and what do you sell? So you
And
put all
and
that.
if you're a brick and mortar business, can they just drive up curbside and
Right.
get whatever it is you're selling? They want to
That's
know that
right.
as well. Yeah.
That's right.
Because
Curbside delivery.
COVID has us thinking like it's a new normal. You don't want to go in, you want to be safe. So curbside delivery, you have to kind of pivot. If that's not what you were doing before, you definitely have to do it now.
You definitely have to offer that service because
Yeah.
people, I mean, even Domino's does that.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't want them delivering it to your house, you go and you call them up and you say, well, I'm in spot number 2, and they bring
Right.
the pizza out and they put it
That's
in your
right.
trunk or whatever.
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah, curbside delivery. Be a member of a chamber of commerce. Be a
yeah.
member of your local chamber. Now,
Yeah.
everyone is doing Zoom meetings, so it's not like you go into a meeting and you got to touch elbows and all that craziness. No, you on Zoom.
Right.
know,
Right.
And you're out there networking with people that can possibly be, 1, customers, 2, give you information that can help you grow your business
That's right.
just by networking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then here's one that a lot of people, especially those that are consultants, management consultants, whatever, they're saying, well, I'm having a hard time, finding customers during the pandemic. Well, everybody isn't, because a lot of people are blogging and talking about their expertise. They're writing white papers about their expertise. They're becoming experts in their field. They're labeling themselves as such. And now people are saying, well, hey, you know what? I do need someone to help us with this.
Right.
Whether it's, doing research for them or whatever, people are always looking. But if you're not putting yourself out there, no one will know about you.
That's right.
So you'll be the best kept secret known to your friends and family.
Yeah.
And that ain't going to generate no money for you.
And speaking of money, that's the main thing small business owners or any business wants to know. How can I continue to generate money, or how can I get help or loans, or how am I
Or
able
grants.
to, or grants. Yeah, so
Yes.
that I can keep my business afloat. And we have the perfect guest on the show today, right, Carl?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Rod Johnson.
Yeah, from the SBA.
He is the lender relations specialist from the SBA. But we're going to talk to him in a minute.
Yeah.
another thing that you could do is get client testimonials. Because people always want to be associated with somebody that's doing good things.
Yeah, that's true.
And word of mouth is more powerful, in my opinion, than all the commercials running on TV. Because I don't know them people.
Right.
But I know Sharon, and when Sharon say, "Oh, I go to the cleaners over here,"
that's
then I'm
right.
gonna go to that cleaners.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
That's
yeah.
right. So
very valuable. Word of mouth is very valuable.
Very valuable, and that's why you got to protect your image and your business.
Right. That's right.
You know, because right now there's a lot of people who's doing some crazy stuff on the internet, and they're not doing their business any good, and people are making note of that. And folks are saying things that are really crazy, and people are making note of that as well, because you hear them repeating it. Did you hear what so-and-so said? Did you read this on Facebook? Did you see this on LinkedIn? So if you out there acting crazy on social media, it's going to reflect in your bottom line on your business.
That's right.
So you want to research your competition and learn from them. Especially if you are not doing as well as they are.
Right.
What are they doing that is making people go to them and not to you?
And not to you. Yeah. That's really important. You know, when you are, and these are some of the things, or all of these things are what the SBDC, your staff teaches and talks to small business owners about. And a lot of people forget that piece of it, Carl, you know, to research your competition. Like you said, what are they doing that I'm not doing? Why are they successful and I'm not? Why are they making money and I'm not? Yeah, you're absolutely right.
That's right. You know, and then here's one that people always forget about. But remember Carolina, who works with me at the SBDC, where she talked about training your staff. You know, a lot of times, and I'll tell you, I talked to a business owner the other day, and she said, she was telling me that the guy that bought her previous store, he thought that he could just buy the store, set it up, and then hire a bunch of teenagers, and he can go back home and do whatever,
and chill, right?
And chill out,
right?
And he wasn't even there 6 months.
Oh yeah, right,
okay?
right.
So if you think that that's the magic key to success, let me tell you something. It is not. You got to train your staff. I mean, even, you know, when I was at McDonald's many, many, many years ago, they taught us how to present the package and the food that you were selling to your customers. They taught us that.
Yeah.
They taught the people how to cook the food in the back and all that stuff. I had to go through all of that because I was a management trainee. But it really struck home with me how they want you to hand the bag of food to the customer. And it's like you show the McDonald's logo on the way out.
Yeah.
Right?
So that was part
It's
of the training.
subliminal.
That training was important.
The training.
Yeah.
You know, customer service training. Take your employees through scenarios so that if they encounter a rude or abusive customer, in which we all have. If you ever worked in retail, is people always come in to cuss you out, want to fight with you and all that because they think they're right or whatever. And you have to diffuse the situation, not escalate the situation.
Hey, Carl, we got 10 more seconds. We got 10 more seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, look,
5
we'll
more
get to
seconds
more of
now.
these later. We're going to come back with Mr. Rod Johnson, Lender Relations from the SBA, and he's going to be talking about money. So, yes, we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners. We've said goodbye to summer and it's time for things to get back to our everyday autumn groove. With so much changing around us, it's difficult to find that extra time for you. With Plexiderm, all you need is 10 minutes and you can look 10 years younger. Plexiderm is a clinically studied serum that gives your appearance the right kind of changes. Visibly reduce wrinkles, fine lines, and even under eye bags in minutes. Take up to 10 years off your appearance in less than 10 minutes. The results will last for hours. Try a 6-application trial pack for just $14.95 with free shipping when you visit tryplexiderm.com or call 800-685-1292 and use the code SMALL. This order comes with free shipping and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Make those wrinkles, lines, and under eye bags disappear with Plexiderm. Visit Try Plexiderm.com or call 800-685-1292 and say the code SMALL at checkout. Get ready for skincare and makeup that will heal your mind, body, and soul. SkinDeepBeautyStore.com is a totally organic and vegan skincare and makeup line that you'll love using, because what you put on your body is just as important as what you put in it. Choose from our organic moisturizers, anti-aging serums, natural and fruit-based scrubs, masks, lipsticks, and glosses. No more worries about harsh chemicals being absorbed into your skin. It's time to commit to your health and wellness. SkinDeepBeautyStore.com is your one-stop, cruelty-free skincare and makeup shop with safe and environmentally friendly ingredients for the love of you. Visit us at SkinDeepBeautyStore.com. That's SkinDeepBeautyStore.com.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
Welcome back to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141, HUR Voices. And as I promised, folks, we got Mr. Roderick Johnson from the SBA, Lender Relations Specialist. He's going to be talking about money. So get your pens and pads ready so you can take notes, because this is what you want. This is what you need to keep that business open and successful. Money. So, Rod, you can take it from here, buddy.
Welcome again, Rod, by the way. Rod is a friend of the show, right, Carl?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anytime you want to talk about money, you want Roderick Johnson to talk about money for your customers.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, thank you, guys. I certainly appreciate being back on the show. And I'm going to do a little jingle that for those that are from Washington, D.C., this may sound familiar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Visa, MasterCard, American Express. I ain't got nothing against no credit card, but cash is the best.
That's
There
right,
you
Chuck
go.
Brown. Chuck Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we will be talking about money this afternoon. All right. And so I have information that's just about hot off the press. We've been hearing probably for the last 45 days about the extension of stimulus money, particularly as it relates to business. And now we have PPP 2.0.
Wow.
Congress voted on it.
Let's break it down like this. Paycheck Protection Program 2.0.
Mm-hmm. Is this the second round? This is the second round, Rod, or the third round?
Well, officially, it's really the third round, but they're calling it the second round.
Okay.
And so they're saying PPP 2.0. Okay.
Yeah.
And so there's some nuggets in here for every business owner. Okay. And what I wanted to say is this thing was passed by Congress at 4:30 this morning. It is sitting on the president's desk. As of right now, I haven't heard whether or not he has signed it, but I'm pretty sure he will sign it. And so the stimulus checks for individuals supposedly are going to be going out later next week. For business owners, we'll have to actually wait for the banks to open their portals again for PPP 2.0. But what I want to do is give you some highlights of the new Paycheck Protection Program. Now, let's do a quick review.
Okay.
So as you know, as of June 5th, 2020, President Trump signed into law the Paycheck Protection Flexibility Act. And what that did was it took your covered period, meaning the period that you got the money, right, from the bank. It took the covered period to use that money from 8 weeks to 24 weeks. Also, it changed the percentages for how you use the money. Originally, 70% of the money had to be used, 75% of the money had to be used toward payroll and 25% for designated cost. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, well, as of June 5th, right, then the president changed that to 60% of the money was to be used for payroll and 40% for designated costs. Now, let's define what those designated costs were. So it was your rent or lease expense. It was the interest on your commercial mortgage. It was your utilities, and utilities were expanded. So it's water, gas, electric, and now the internet, your business internet is now considered a utility.
That's great.
Your business cell phone and transportation costs were considered the expenses under this particular act. And you could not use the money for any other purposes. Okay, so like, oh, I want to update my, my internet page, or I want to pay off debt, a current line of credit or term loan that I have with a bank, or I want to hire a business development person. No, the money was not supposed to be used for those purposes. And if they were, and we found out about it, then typically you were going to be sentenced to a jail term. And there have been plenty of people that have misappropriated the funds. And as I've said on my other Zooms, I don't want to read about you guys in the Washington Business Journal, right? The Washington Post or the Wall Street Journal. So you have to use the money as appropriated. So that was the basic blocks of the program. Okay. Well, now with 2.0, now you have more allowable expenses that can be forgiven. So now you can use the money for payment for any software, cloud computing, and other human resources and accounting needs, meaning like accounting software.
Okay. Now, wait a minute. What if you have an accountant that does your business taxes or makes certain that you're not paying too much money for your office supplies, but you have to pay this accountant to handle your financial affairs, your business financial affairs? Are you able to include that payment to the accountant or no?
Yeah, it's an accounting need, right?
Okay.
So it's an accounting expense.
Okay.
It's an accounting need. Yes.
All right. I thought you just meant the software only, but it
Or
is in fact.
you can do the software, right? You can do software like QuickBooks,
Okay.
LTech. Yeah.
Great.
So it sounds like they included some security on there because of using cloud-based that improves your cybersecurity.
Specifically, when I think of the insurance. When I think of I'm not sure about that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going strictly by what they have written here. Yes. All right. So now you have your covered property damage. So these are costs related to property damage due to public disturbances that occurred during 2020 that are not covered by your insurance. So, as people were going around rioting across the country, right, for one thing or another, if your insurance doesn't cover it, then you can also use some of this money to cover property damage costs.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good. Okay. Especially for brick and mortar stores.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. Anything else, Rod?
Yeah, you can now use it for PP&E, right? So let's say you're bringing back people to the office and you need PP&E so that everybody feels safe, right? Then now the expenses associated with that can be now used or paid for with PPP money.
Good.
So a lot of businesses put in those plastic shields all around where the cash registers are and all that. So they were getting hit with that, and the prices were just they were gouging folks to put their stuff up.
Yeah.
I mean, they were
Yes.
robbing people.
Yes, people. Yeah. Well, just like anything else, the mask went up, the protective gloves went up because, there was such high demand
Right.
and
Right.
right. And people had to pay.
Yeah. So now the PPE supplies that business owners have been buying for themselves and their staff, they can use this PPP 2.0 loan
Yes.
money. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
exactly. Yes.
Anything else under those designated costs, Rod?
Um, no. So
Oh,
now,
okay.
so now, here is something that I think people will like. Um, Under 2.0, there's going to be a simplified application. So let me
Good.
start out by saying that 87% of PPP money were loans made in the amount of 150,000 and below.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
if you recall, there were three forms that you would use for forgiveness. The 3508 short form were for loans 50,000 and below. Then you had the 3508 EZ form for loans that were $50,001 up to $2 million. And then you had the 3508 long form, which were loans $2 million to $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now what's going to happen is there's going to be a simplified form, okay, where for loans 150,000 and below, there's going to be a new form, and I think the SBA has about 24 days. Yeah, 24 days to come up with this new form, okay? But now there's going to be a new form, and I'm thinking it's going to be like the 3508 short form
Yeah.
for loans that are 150,000 and below that you'll be able to submit to the lender and certify, the expense, the way that you use the money.
Let's talk about this on the other side of the break, Rod, because we are out of time.
Okay.
But this is really good information. And I definitely have some questions too. But we will be right back after these messages here on the Small Business Report on Sirius XM Radio, channel 141, HUR Voices.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, are you a small or mid-sized business? Let BDPAtoday.com help you leverage emerging technologies and digital innovations to transform your business.
BDPAtoday.com will highlight your organization's innovations, solutions, and success stories. Let BDPAtoday.com publish your branded videos, blogs, and photos to a national tech industry audience and assist with your awareness building campaign. With BDPAtoday.com, you can network with qualified and certified tech professionals and get access to developers, gamers, hackers, and interns to join your team for short or long-term projects.
Visit BDPAtoday.com for true digital transformation that will drive competitive advantage to your organization.
That's BDPAtoday.com.
Are you in trouble with the IRS? Whether your federal or state taxes are under audit or need to dispute your case in tax court, don't go up against the IRS alone. Let the tax experts at the law office of Beverly Winstead fight for you. With more than 15 years of tax law experience, the law office of Beverly Winstead has successfully negotiated settlements, reduced payments, and won disputes against the IRS for its clients. Go to www.irshelpattorneys.com for tax resolution for you or your business, or call 301-306-1234. The law office of Beverly Winstead, you're not alone. Call 301-306-1234.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Wood.
And welcome back to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141. We are talking to Rod Johnson. He's a lender relations specialist for the Small Business Administration, the SBA, and he has been talking to us about the new PPP loans. PPP 2.0 is what they're being called. So, Rod, you were talking about the simplified form for loans $150,000 and below. These are forms that folks can get and complete and submit to the lender to get their loans forgiven, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, remember, the SBA has 24 days to actually come up with this new form. Okay.
Okay.
And so, yeah, give us that amount of time to come up with the new form and have it out on the Treasury and the SBA website. But this is what happens for the forgiveness. So a borrower will receive forgiveness if the borrower signs and submit to the lender a certification that is not more than 1 page in length, which includes a description of the number of employees the borrower was able to retain because of the loan, the estimated total amount of the loan spent on payroll cost, and the total loan amount. Okay.
Okay.
Now the borrower must also attest that the borrower adequately provided the required certification and complied with the Paycheck Protection Program loan requirements. So basically, 60% of the money went to payroll, and 40% went to the other expenses that we, talked about. All right. So really what they've done is they're going to be simplifying the forgiveness process because, like I said, 87% of the loans were 150,000 and below. So
Okay.
so it'll be much easier now for people to submit the form and get forgiveness as long as they have all the documentation.
Is it
Right.
going to be
And
easy
then let
to
me,
apply to? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carl.
no, I was just going to say this. And when they submit that and they have all the receipts that they need, make sure that they keep them. And you keep it separate somewhere in your safe or your bank deposit box or with your accountant, or you keep a couple of copies of that, because I forgot how much the new bill put in for the inspector general, but it was, I think, maybe 50 million more. So, I mean, the inspector general will be out there ensuring compliance. So if you don't want to be the business on the Washington Business Journal or the 6 o'clock news about going to jail,
Right.
you want to make sure you got your receipts and you can show them to the inspector general and the auditors and all that, because they got a ton of money to do compliance audits. So they will be out there doing them. So please be ready. And
Hey.
it might not be 2021, it might be 2024. So, but if you're not ready, you don't have your receipts, you might be going somewhere.
Rod, I wanted to know too, is the process for applying to these new loans or for this new loan, is it going to be simpler, or it depends on what bank or where you go to make application?
Well, the process should be as simple as it was the first time.
Okay.
And so now what the banks have to do, and I'm sure they're doing it right now as we speak, is they're opening up their portals again, to be ready to process these loans. So probably I would say Monday is going to be the target date for a lot of banks. They have their portals open. But I have to be honest with you, there are a lot of, bankers on vacation until till the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how many loans are going to be processed between, we'll just say, Monday the 28th and, the new year. Because let's face it, Friday's Christmas, Thursday's New Year's Eve, and people are flying, driving, or whatever to their destination. So not much, and tomorrow's Wednesday, so not much is going to get done. Okay.
This week, yeah.
Right.
This week.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to move to the Paycheck Protection Program second draw. So what that means is if you already have a PPP loan, you can get a second draw.
Okay.
If you don't have a PPP loan, then now you can go ahead and apply. Now here's Rod's editorial. So you keep hearing about $300 billion was set aside. The real number is $284 billion was set aside for this program. If you remember when this program started out, the money ran out pretty quickly.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
All right. So with only, and here I am saying only, with only $284 billion, you better apply quickly because the money's going to go quickly.
Yeah.
All right. Because
Right.
people need this money.
Yeah,
So,
no one thought we'd be in a pandemic 8, 9, 10 months later.
Almost a year. Yeah. Almost a year.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
You know.
So
and
Rod, you're saying next week, Monday, small business owners should be making application. They should be reaching out to their lenders. Is that what you're saying?
yes, and I'm going to impose upon Carl's group to help business owners pull the paperwork together because it's the same paperwork, okay, that the business owners need in order to apply for, the second round, the second draw, as they're calling it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we ready.
Now, here's the eligibility for the second draw, all right? And so really the second draw is supposed to be for loans smaller and harder hit businesses. And what they've done is they've reduced the loan amount from 10 million down to 2 million. Okay.
You mean the maximum?
Yes. I'm sorry. The
Yeah.
maximum from 10 million to 2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to be eligible, you cannot employ more than 300 employees.
Okay.
Okay. You will have had to use or will use the full amount of your first PPP loan. And you must demonstrate at least 25% reduction in your gross receipts in the first, second, or third quarter of 2020 relative to the same time period in 2019. All right. So that's going to be easy because you have your 2019 financials already.
Right.
And so since this is December, you should have your 9/30/2020 interim financials done, right? So what you're taking a look at is year over year for a particular quarter that you choose to be able to show there was a 25% reduction in your revenues. Okay.
Oh, what about businesses that just started in 2019? And they started in 2019. No one saw this pandemic coming in 2020, and so they haven't made any money in 2019 or 2020. Do they qualify or no?
Well, remember they got to show. It says they got to show a 25% reduction.
Well, there's definitely that if they haven't made any money in 2019
well,
or 2020.
No. See, now
that's what I'm asking.
Making any money, not making money is different than revenue. Okay.
Well,
we got to be very clear. We got to be very clear about our terms.
You're right. You're right.
That's right.
Yeah. So let's just say they made $100,000 in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can show that now they're down to 75,000 or 50,000, okay, then you're fine.
They qualify.
But what if they only made 50,000 in 2019 because they started their business in August or September of 2019, and then in 2020 they didn't make anything or they only made 10,000.
Okay,
as long as they can show that 25% difference is what you're saying.
Yeah. As long as they're showing a 25% drop, for the same time period, then they're fine.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yep. Because let me tell you something. There are some businesses out here that are doing extremely well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
They don't need or should not even qualify for these loans, or in essence, if you can show that you used it properly, it's a grant. Okay. They shouldn't even apply. This shouldn't even be on their radar.
Yeah, but remember, Carl, the last round, we heard about all of those big corporations getting the PPP, and smaller businesses who didn't. So is the reasoning that they're saying that you need to show a 25% reduction and can't have more than 300 employees? Is that so that the SBA can know, okay, we're going to make certain that we're targeting small businesses who really need this money, not large corporations.
Okay,
right?
so that's one way to do it. And it's actually the second way to prohibit large companies is that they can't have the ability to raise funds, right, on the open market.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Okay, let's talk about that on the other side of the break. We're already out of time. Can you believe it? Carl and Rod,
Oh,
time
my
flies.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Man.
We're going to be right back, though, right after these messages. Like Carl said, please have your pen and paper. You wanted to take notes because this is really important information. So we'll see you on the other side of the break. Stay tuned. Hey, Small Business Report listeners. We've said goodbye to summer and it's time for things to get back to our everyday autumn groove. With so much changing around us, it's difficult to find that extra time for you. With Plexiderm, all you need is 10 minutes and you can look 10 years younger. Plexiderm is a clinically studied serum that gives your appearance the right kind of changes. Visibly reduce wrinkles, fine lines, and even under eye bags in minutes. Take up to 10 years off your appearance in less than 10 minutes. The results will last for hours. Try a 6-application trial pack for just $14.95 with free shipping when you visit tryplexiderm.com or call 800-685-1292 and use the code SMALL. This order comes with free shipping and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Make those wrinkles, lines, and under-eye bags disappear with Plexiderm. Visit tryplexiderm.com or call 800-685-1292 and say the code SMALL at checkout.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, it's your host, Carl Brown and Sharon Morton. Are you a growing, small, or mid-sized government contractor ready to reduce your back office costs? Do you want to maximize your compliance and minimize risk managing contracts? Move your business to the next level of success with At-Work Systems.
At-Work's OneLink solution provides electronic self-services to every employee, greatly reducing frustrating paperwork. Your managers get out-of-the-box processes that increases productivity, improves control, and eliminates surprises. And most importantly, your executives get the real-time data and analysis needed to make better decisions.
Take it from us here on the Small Business Report on SiriusXM. Let At-Work Systems streamline your back office and save you money while doing it.
Visit exploreatwork.com now and receive your free demo and business assessment. That's exploreatwork.com.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
You're listening to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Channel 141, and we got Mr. Roderick Johnson from the SBA, and he's dropping some science. And like I said before, have your pen and pad ready. Rod, take it away, buddy.
All right. So as we were mentioning on the last segment, large businesses that have the ability to raise money from other sources, typically on the open market, are not eligible for PPP 2.0. This money is really targeted for small companies. As you notice, they've gone from 500 employees down to 300 employees. Right. So they're really trying to target this toward smaller businesses.
Yeah. I think that's really important because I a lot of small business owners got left out last time, and some of it may have been their fault too. Because Rod, I remember hearing you on a Zoom call or a Zoom presentation about so many applications that were not completed correctly. And that's really important too, right? They have to make certain that they get the right information in.
And all they had to do was come to the small business development centers in whatever state they're in, and if they're in the district, come and see us, and we could have helped them to make sure, because that's what we do. We make sure that all the questions are answered so that when you do submit that loan package, you get a yes, not a no, or you don't get an answer at all. Right.
Yeah. So many small business owners got left out because of that. So you want to make sure, listeners, you got to make sure that your packages are completed correctly. And like Carl said, if you have any questions or you're not certain what to do, you can go to a small business development center near you.
And it's free.
And it's free. That's right. So what else were you saying, Rod?
Okay. So that's a good part now that we know that it's targeted toward much smaller companies. Now, remember, we talked about the covered period. There were 2 covered periods, if you remember. So up through June 5th of 2020, you had 8 weeks to use the money. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Hire back and use the money. Then, President Trump signed into law the Paycheck Protection Program Flexibility Act that now gave you a 24-week period. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Covered period. Well, I'm here to tell you now that this act extends the covered period for all first draw PPP loans through March 31st, 2021.
Oh, wait a minute. So you're saying you now have until 2021 to use the money that you may have gotten before from the first
Yes.
draw or the second
Yes.
draw and this draw as well. You have until March 2021.
So it's really for the first and second. Well, we'll call it the second. Yeah, first and second. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have a much longer runway to use the money through March 31st, 2021. Okay.
Before you have to submit
before you even think about forgiveness.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay.
And that's for you. And that's for. And let me be clear. That's for your first PPP loan. Okay.
Wow. So all of the folks that have already submitted for forgiveness for the first PPP loan,
that's fine.
They're covered. Yeah. But the ones who haven't yet, they don't have to worry about doing that until March of 2021. That's fantastic.
Yes, because there on the couple of calls this morning, there were people that said, "Look, we having a hard time, using up all the money." I said, "Well, guess what? Merry Christmas, March 31st, 2021."
Right.
Okay.
A hard time.
Well, no.
Money.
Sharon. I was going to help you out with that one.
Okay.
All right. So we've been shut down. We've been opened up. We had 50% capacity. Now we had 25%. That's why they're having a hard time using this money because of all the changes that are happening. You can't have a lot of people in your brick and mortar.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can't have people sitting in your restaurant.
Yeah.
And all of that. And people are not shopping. So they don't need the 5 or 6 people that they had in the store before. They might only need 1 or 2.
Right. People are shopping. They're just shopping online. They're not going to the brick and mortar.
They're shopping online because UPS, FedEx,
Amazon Prime,
Amazon, they all in my neighborhood all day long.
Right. Me too. Okay. So that's good news, Rod. They have until March 2021. Okay. Anything else you have for us?
Okay. So here's the other thing. Let's talk about the debt relief program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So under the debt relief program, if you remember, the SBA would make payments on their behalf up through September 27th.
I remember that.
2020. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, now so here's the way it reads now. And this is for the 504, 7A, and microloan.
Okay.
So now what is happening is starting in February 2021, going forward, those payments will be capped at $9,000 per borrower per month. Okay?
Wow. So wait a minute. So wait, the SBA is going to cover the debts or pay on those loans up to $9,000? Is that what you're saying?
So the extension of the debt relief program, yes. So let me finish. So after the 3-month period described above, so from February, you got March, April, May. So for 3 months, the SBA up to $9,000 per month will make payments on your behalf. Now, listen to this though. Here is key. If you are considered to be in an underserved area, namely the smallest or hardest hit by the pandemic, you'll receive an additional 5 months of principal and interest payments, also capped at $9,000 per borrower per month. Okay.
Wow.
I'm a little confused, and I'm sure there's some listeners out there.
So that's 8 months total.
Okay. Yes.
So wait a minute.
Fantastic.
That's if you have a 504 loan, a 7A, or a micro loan
Yes.
starting in February 2021.
2021. Yes.
So that means on this PPP loan as well, or I think I'm a little confused. That's on previous loans that you had.
Like say you took a 504, bought a building.
Right.
So you've been paying $2,000 a month every month for your building, paying the loan back, right?
Right.
And now you in Ward 8 in one of the
Yes.
hardest hit areas in the city.
Right.
Okay? The SBA is going to pay your loan, that $2,000 for 8 months.
Just like they did earlier this year for,
Right.
I forget how many
Through
months they did it.
September.
Yeah, right. Okay. So they're
Yep.
going to do that again starting in February 2021.
That is
Well, it's actually
beautiful
5
thing.
months, not 8. 5 months.
Okay, 5 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're in a hard hit area. If you're
Yes.
not, then it's how many months, Rod?
3 months.
3.
If you're not in
Okay.
a hard hit area, it's 3 months.
Okay.
A
All right.
hard hit area, 5 months.
All right. Any months is good. Any months you have somebody else paying on your loan is a good thing, right?
Oh yeah, I welcome that. Anybody want to pay my car note or my
Right.
house note?
Right.
Feel
Carl.
free, have at it.
That's right. But these are 7A and 504 microloans, no house notes, none of that. Carl. Anyway.
Now, here is something too. So we have a modification to the 7A program, right? Which is really the signature program for the SBA. Now, as you know, the regular 7A program goes up to $5 million. Normally, the bank gets a 75% guarantee from the SBA. Okay. Well, that guarantee has now been increased to 90%.
Wow.
Okay. Until October 1st, 2021. So imagine you have a $5 million loan, and now 90% of that $5 million, right, is covered.
Covered like payments covered under the debt relief program. Is that what you're saying?
No, meaning that if the loan goes bad, the bank is only responsible for
10% of it. 10%.
Yeah, for 10% of it.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
So that reduces their risk, so then it should entice them to lend more money.
Exactly.
Because they have a bigger guarantee.
They have a bigger guarantee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so does that mean, though, that small business owners, if they don't apply for PPP and they want to go apply for something else, another loan, a micro loan, then they can do that, and that loan too will be covered?
Yeah, that loan will be covered.
Wow. So it not only will be covered under the debt relief program, meaning if they decide to apply for a microloan this month, then starting in February 20, and they get it, and then February 2021, it will be covered for 3 months. Is that right, Rod? 5 months if they're in a hard hit area. But it also means that if the bank gives you a loan for whatever, $250,000, $300,000, I'm just giving an arbitrary number. That means if you are unable to make the payments on that loan, then that loan is covered. 90% of that loan is also covered. So the bank has no risk at all.
Right. I like the bigger
I want to
number.
get
very little.
Well, $1 million, $2 million, whatever. $2 million.
Well, see, I like the bigger number because if it's $5 million, then the bank's risk is only $500,000.
Right.
$4.5 million of it is covered by the SBA.
Yeah. Think big. Anyway, we're out of time.
Oh.
Do we have one more
Oh
segment?
my God.
Okay.
Carl,
Because I have more.
Carl, we have one more segment. Is that right?
Well, unfortunately, folks, that's it for this show. But we'll have Rod on again to talk about money because it's so important. Check us out on Facebook, LinkedIn.
Where else
we'll
are we?
see
We're
you next
everywhere.
week.
Instagram. Don't forget Instagram, Carl.
Oh, yeah, Instagram too.
Yeah.
Check us out. All current data.
And be sure to listen out when Rod Johnson from the SBA comes back on, because he has so much information about this PPP. Important that you get a slice of this money, folks, right?
That's right.
Okay. We'll see you later on the other side. Have a good one.
This has been Carl Brown and Sharon Morton giving you all the tools you need to succeed on the Small Business Report. Thank you for listening, and be sure to tune in next week at HUR Voices on Sirius XM Channel 141.
Please don't forget to like us on Facebook. And for more tips on starting, growing, and financing your business, visit us at thesmallbusinessreport.biz.